Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. Today I'm showing you American Pie on 4K. This was released by 88 Studio, or 88 Films I should say. And yeah, apparently American Pie needed a 4K. Now why I'm saying that is because out of all the movies that are getting 4K releases, I don't really understand why we need American Pie on 4K, but I mean, I'll take it. I will say straight ahead, like just straight away, the movie looks fantastic. It looks like it's a native 4K scan or transfer, and it has Dolby Vision as well, which is kind of overkill, but look, it's a significant movie. It's something that I grew up in the 90s and even 2000s watching, so I get the significance of the movie. Like, it is a lot of teenagers' years. I mean, obviously, you also have Blink-182 in this at a certain point, you know? I get the significance of why American Pie needed a 4K, but, I mean, it does seem like a little bit overkill for American Pie. But let's take a look at what we get in this. So I'm going to come around the camera and I'm going to show you the whole case. So let's come around. So there you have the front of the case. That is very shiny. You have that side. You have the other side, which is just the white side, like that. Kind of feels like a VHS case, kind of. And then you also have the back, which, let's see if I can get that in without that reflection. There you can have a bit of a read of what's on there. I'm sure that will give you everything you need to know. And then let's open this up. So I'm going to take it out of the case. Let's put the case over here and we'll have a look at what's inside. I did show this in another video, but this is what the inner case looks like. So just the standard American Pie case that you were so used to, that poster. The side of the case is the same as the side of that, the white side of that, of American Pie. And then we have a quote on the back. Oh, and this one time at band camp, you know. Oh, okay, let's put that next to it. Let's put that like that. Let's put that like that. And let's have a look at what we got in it. We got a card of Jim with the Pie. So that's in there. And on the back of it, you just have a Universal copyright layout and design 2024 Universal. I wonder if I can lay that there without knocking both these over. You get a little booklet, and obviously the poster on the front. You get a few images. You know, it's all kind of interesting. What's that? Is that the director or something? They must be the directors or something. But yeah, nice little production stills by the look of it. And on the back it has a quote, "We'll just tell your mother that we ate it all." Eugene Levy was great in that movie. And I'm still getting over the flu, so apologies. Then you also have the cover that's, if you didn't have it in these, this is the standard cover of whatever you'd get. There's something about your first piece, American Pie. And let's come closer so you can have a look at the cover itself. I'll stand behind so I can get it in frame there. So there you go, that. The side of that is just like that. And then, yeah, same kind of cover. And then inside, these are the discs. So that's the 4K. And behind it is the Blu-ray, which I'm sure has all the special features and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting one. Let's leave these out. I'll put this one on top of there. But yeah, American Pie, it looks amazing. I will say that. It does look amazing. Like, I could tell I was watching a 4K transfer when I was watching it. But, as I said, out of all the movies I would think to get a 4K, I would say, like, obviously the Universal. I mean, was it only Universal who did this? Or 88 Films. But I don't really think this is the one I would have said, yep, that needs a 4K transfer. Like, that one is top contender for 4K. Like, I'll take it. I love that it's got a 4K. But it's not one that I was actively sitting there saying, oh, this should have a 4K, you know? It's a nice little bonus, you know? My throat is really bad today, by the way, so I'm going to get a drink of water. It's just behind the camera. I'm just going to have a drink of this. There we go. But you know what I'm saying? This movie is kind of interesting on 4K. I mean, there are details there, you get to see all that stuff, but yeah, it does talk about the nostalgia of this movie. Like, when you watch this back, there's so many things that came from this movie that, yeah, it's just like an iconic movie of the 90s, you know? Or was it early 2000s? I feel like it was late 90s because Blink was in this, and yeah, 99, you know? American Pie was massive. And yes, while the world has changed now and people would say this is not politically correct, there's still enough of this movie that I would say, yeah, but it's a product of its time, you know? And look, I understand that not everyone, not everyone was a fan of American Pie to begin with. I get that. But there's so many things going on with this movie that lead you to believe that it is, like, it's a significant part of the 90s films and where you were in the 90s. I mean, we had shows on television like Jerry Springer, you know? It was an era thing. It was like Married with Children was still around at that era. You know, what was on TV, this was reflective of that point in time, if I could find a better word for it. But you know, this, I would say, is a really good transfer. It's done well. And yeah, I quite enjoyed it. It was something that I was watching, and I was like, yeah, okay, this looks great. This looks phenomenal. Maybe reference quality, I don't know, but it definitely looks really, really good. And yeah, I would say, yeah, it's a good movie. I mean, if you're in the market for American Pie, and you had to choose between this and the Blu-ray, and it was similarly priced, I'd say go for this. It makes sense. But, you know, as I said at the start of this, I don't understand why American Pie needed a 4K. And it's definitely nice that it has it, but yeah, I just don't know if it really needed to have a 4K transfer. It's definitely one of those movies that I'm grateful that it's there, and I definitely want it in my collection because of the significance to my childhood and my uprising as a teenager and all that. But, you know, I don't... I think it might be a bit overkill. And I think, look, I love it. If you're a fan of this film too, or you love it, then I'll say, yes, go for this. This is the one to go for if you love this film. Like I did. I grew up watching it and I loved the film. And it's more than just the stuff that people call out problematic aspects, you know. There's the Oz changing forever and all that stuff. Like, I mean, you got Stifler in there, which is, yeah. Stifler's so much fun, though. I mean, yes, problematic, but, you know, it's a product of its time. You have to look at it as a product of its time. And I'll say, yes, if you want a really good 4K transfer of American Pie, this is it. But if you have a Blu-ray copy and you're like, oh, I don't really want to spend whatever this costs, there's no problem sticking with the Blu-ray copy. American Pie is one of those movies that, it's kind of, as I said, it's a product of that time, but also it's not something that really needed a 4K, but it's nice that it has a 4K, you know? That's what I'll say to end this. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this, like, subscribe, drop a comment. Check out American Pie on 4K if it's your favorite. And if not, then you can watch one of these videos over here. I'll curate some things over here and you can choose. And if not, thanks for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.